Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having a great day. Want to talk today about Bitcoin MYK claiming your universal basic income tokens. We have some people join the site, and one of the questions we get a lot is, okay, what do we do next, right? So let's talk about one of the areas of the site you might want to visit first, because there are several dozen things going on the website. If you're on the site, many of you probably already understand the concept of universal basic income. And we're going to show you today how to claim your universal basic income token. So claiming the Bitcoin MYK universal basic income token. This is the easiest way to do it. You drop down here and you just fill out this form. It says how many hours you spent online. We're talking about the website itself. Now, no matter what, you're going to receive at least one token. But if you've been on the site for several hours, however many hours you're on the site, it's how many tokens you're going to be able to get per month, right? But everybody gets one. So you just can put how much time you spent on the site. It doesn't have to be an hour, whatever amount of time. If you just visit, just fill out the form, you're going to at least get a token, right? Now, the way it works is when you're logged in, you have to be logged in to the site. You have to be a member of the site. You don't have to use any real life information. You can use dummy emails. You can use just whatever user ID you come up with for your account name. If you have a Steam account, because a lot of people on Steam use this, go ahead and use your Steam name as your account name. It's going to be a lot easier for you. It's going to be a lot easier for us as well and yourself. So you just use that because a lot of tokens are going to go, or all the tokens are actually going through the Steam blockchain. So you just fill out this form. If you visited the site, if you spent little to no time on the site, you can just either leave it blank. If you leave it blank and you fill it out, you're going to get one token. If you spend an hour, you're going to get two tokens, right? We're going to just go ahead and give you two. Spend several hours, you're going to get 7 tokens. And in the course of a month, if you spent hundreds of hours on our site, we're going to give you hundreds of tokens. And if you're registered, your time on the site is being logged, so we can verify if the amount of time you spent on the site is real. Now, you don't have to be. You don't have to be. It doesn't have to be like. It can just be a ballpark figure, because we can always go on the site and see how many hours you've actually spent online. But you just note the hours that you've spent, and we will issue you the tokens based on that. Now, a lot of people are going to actually be joining who don't have Steam accounts, who haven't traded crypto yet. And we're creating this seamless process where when they get ready to withdraw their tokens, right, each month they reach a certain amount, they go into automatic staking. And that's going to allow them to, when they actually try to take out their tokens, they're going to be able to withdraw at a certain amount, even if they don't have a Steam account. For everybody with a Steam account, it's an immediate withdrawal. If you don't have a Steam account, it's going to stake your token until it pays for your Steam account, right? Or you can register for a Steam account and wait to either get one free, or you can obtain it. I think it is about $1 or something like that now, or not even quite that to get it, but the system will pay for the account if you do not get a Steam account. It will issue it seamlessly through here. When you get ready to withdraw, you just fill out the information, and it will the system will handle it. We will handle it on our end, right? You'll just need to provide the details to get to withdraw your funds, right? So the entire idea of it is, especially if you're in the cryptocurrency space already, the understanding of this is that universal basic income is going to create a mass adoption vehicle for us, right? And to kind of illustrate what we mean by that, what happens a lot in cryptocurrency already is what we call airdrops. We're already doing a kind of form of that where people are getting a lot of free tokens. You go on airdrop sites, people getting free tokens all across the cryptocurrency space. and they can sell these tokens and they can trade these tokens. Now, what we've haven't quite put together, or many projects haven't put together, is the ultimate airdrop, which we factor as universal basic income. Now, to understand this, the big problem with universal basic income is that universal basic income has to be funded by something. Now, what has been the Achilles heel to most universal basic income projects has been that they just don't have the funding. They can't get the funding. How do you get the funding, right? So this is where our project works a little bit different in that area. What we do is a type or a form or a airdrop based on Bitcoin, based on the Bitcoin ledger. What that means is that if you own a certain amount of Bitcoin, you get Bitcoin MYK free in a certain ratio, right? Now, this is a little bit different from just getting airdrop tokens sent to you each month. This is based on the Bitcoin ledger. Now, what happens is the entire Bitcoin network already has a certain amount of Bitcoin MYK tokens, right? When they claim them, they now have possession of these tokens, and they can do things with them they can't quite do with Bitcoin that we think is going to be appealing to Bitcoin holders. Now, what our theory about this is that as more and more Bitcoin holders claim their tokens, what happens is the network value starts to shift a bit, right? Fractions of percents, right? Starts to shift to Bitcoin MYK. And we start to take on some of the Bitcoin value. What this allows is to give our token value to pay for our universal basic income. Now, how do the universal basic income tokens actually move to these people? Well, the thing is, if you understand how most Bitcoin forks have worked, if you look at the top 20 cryptocurrencies, there are more successful Bitcoin fork tokens in ratio to any other token on that list. And there is a reason for that. Bitcoin forks work. So we know these things work. Now, in forks, when people claim, it is just impossible that everybody can claim. Although the value still stays in the Bitcoin network, there are certain people who just cannot claim. Maybe they lost their password. It could be that there's some kind of business. Maybe they're under some type of time locking. Or it could be, unfortunately, that they're just deceased. Whatever the case may be, these tokens now get distributed back into the community to pay for UBI. And that's how it's paid for. That is the difference with this type of universal basic income and any other UBI token that's been launched, or any kind of universal basic income project that's been created, simply because we have this very interesting way of paying for it that doesn't involve elements that has become quite undesirable to ideas like universal basic income, right? So in cryptocurrency, it's these very efficient ways to do it, and using Bitcoin, we believe it will work very well. So that's pretty much it. You just log your hours that you're on our website each month, right? So you're going to be inputting how many tokens you've earned each month, right? About 7 days after the end of the month, the tokens get issued to you. We have an internal system, and we have the one that goes out to the exchanges like Steam Engine, where we trade at. So if you already have a Steam account, it's going to automatically go there. If you don't have a Steam account, it's going to be logged into the internal market, into our internal system. And you're going to be able to continue to earn these tokens. Now, although you won't be able to exchange them until you get a Steam wallet, that allows us to facilitate and move this over a blockchain all across the globe. Transactions are free and fast. If you don't have those things yet, you will obtain them But in the meantime, you will have still be able to generate the token, earn the tokens of the site, and you'll also be able to pay for advertising with the tokens, right? So there are things you can do with this token, and it has uses, this token, that and you can also tip with it as well. But it has uses to it internally. Even if until you can't, the point you can't exchange it. But once you get a Steam wallet, you can exchange it. We basically with a Steam wallet, you'll be able to withdraw it. You can withdraw it into fiat, cash, and the like. And so we are getting a lot of people who aren't cryptocurrency people because of universal basic income. As we said, it is a mass adoption vehicle. So these are the type of approaches we believe we're going to need to really get to certain points in cryptocurrency we'd like to see. But that's all I want to say in this video. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. If you are registered on the site, you're trying to use the site, you've never used cryptocurrency before, there is a slight learning process to cryptocurrency. Feel free to ask us how to get your tokens. We'll be more than happy to give you instructions on what you need to do next with the system, and we're sure you're going to like it after you figure out, exactly how it works. And of course, for the people who use cryptocurrency, it's all pretty cut and dry. If you're on the Steam blockchain, it's going to move over to the Steam engine marketplace where you can claim your tokens every month. So have to be on the site, have to be registered to the site, and based on how many hours per month you're on the site, you're going to get those amount of tokens absolutely free. But that's all I want to say in this video. If you like content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, take care.